Chapter 62:56. Jimmy nodded calmly and asked him, "Do the other directors agree to let me join the board of directors?" Nate said quickly, "I haven't communicated with them in detail yet. But I believe that if I strongly recommend you to join the board of directors, they will definitely not have any objection. Most of these directors are investors from earlier years. They have made a lot of money from the dividends of the law firm over the years. So I want to bring you to the board of directors, and they should not dare to object." Then Nate said, "If you are tired, I will send you home to rest first. If you are not tired, we will go directly to the company. The board members are waiting to see you." Jimmy said lightly, "Then let's go to the company first." "Okay," Nate said with a smile, "My car is outside, let's go." When the two came out of the airport, Nate invited him into his Bentley car. Then, Nate drove and Jimmy sat in the passenger seat. The car drove towards the office of Ellis Law Firm in Manhattan. On the way, Nate said with great regret, "Jimmy, I have always regretted what happened yesterday. You and I have worked together for many years. And I have great respect for you. If it weren't for the Rothschild family's butler who has been putting pressure on me, I would never have ignored you. I hope you can understand." Jimmy asked him back, "You said on the phone yesterday that you have leverage over every senior partner in the law firm. I want to know what kind of leverage you have?" Nate touched his nose and said awkwardly, "Actually, my situation is similar to yours. It's just that for some cases that are easier to win and the target is high enough, I will ask people to induce clients to find lawyers to reach a private cooperation, which can reduce at least one. I will pay half of the lawyer's fee, because the case is high and relatively easy to win. And the client has also actively expressed the idea of private transaction. Most lawyers find it difficult to refuse. I will also ask people to induce these clients to leave relevant evidence to avoid future risks, and then find a way to get this evidence in hand." Speaking, Nate defended himself and said, "Jimmy, you also know that every senior partner has a lot of client resources in addition to his own reputation. Once they are poached by other law firms, or simply go out to start their own business, they will inevitably take away Ellis's clients and potential clients. This kind of thing is intolerable, so for the stability and safety of Ellis, I must also keep a hand, so that's why you want to keep some evidence in your hand as a trump card for counterattack." Jimmy nodded and said lightly, "I know you want me to stop pursuing this matter. For the sake of options and board membership, I can consider this matter, but I have one condition: you must promise me." Nate hurriedly said, "You said, as long as I can do it, I will do it." Jimmy said, "I want the black material and evidence of all senior partners in your hand. To be honest, you made me feel very insecure this time. My black material is already in your hands. Then I must know the black material of others to increase my sense of security." Nate thought for a while and said cautiously, "Jimmy, if these materials are leaked, it will greatly affect the internal stability and unity of our law firm. Besides, your affairs are protected by the Rothschild family, so there will be no problem even if they are leaked. So you should not feel insecure because of this." Jimmy raised his hand to interrupt him and said seriously, "This is my only request. If you can agree, we will go to the company to meet the board members. If you can't agree, then please take me home directly. I will go to the company tomorrow morning to complete the termination agreement." Nate didn't dare to let Jimmy terminate the contract with the law firm at this time. What if Steve Rothschild thought that he fired him on purpose? Wouldn't he be in big trouble? Now that he had to deal with Steve Rothschild, the only way was to satisfy Jimmy and let him let bygones be bygones. As long as he could do this, he and the law firm would be temporarily safe. Thinking of this, Nate asked Jimmy directly, "Jimmy, you don't want to leak this information to the person involved, do you?" Jimmy said lightly, "Don't worry. If I leak that information to the person involved, then please God punish me and let Jimmy Smith leave his hometown and leave the United States, wander overseas, and work for others for 10 years. Moreover, during these 10 years, not only will the other party not give me a penny of salary, but even the money I earn from other places, he will take most of it. Nate thought, why does Jimmy's oath feel weird? But the content of this oath seems to be quite cruel. Working for others for 10 years for nothing, and the other party not giving him a penny. He even wants to give the other party money in return. The black slaves back then were not so miserable, right? We are all God's people, he should not joke about his own future. Thinking of this, he breathed a sigh of relief and said, "Okay. Since you said it, I definitely can't refuse. Let's go to the company to meet the directors first. And I will send you all the information later."